I'd like to call to the front our second very special guest, Rose Alice Hughes. So again, we are so glad that you have joined us today. You had an early crack at the questions because we're going to ask those same questions again of Rose Alice.
How do you help the church, and what made you want to do that?
In lots of ways I try to help the church. I'm president of the United Methodist Women. Right now I'm helping with the newsletter and help with the funeral dinners and wherever I think I'm needed, that's where I think I should be. And why I just think it's important to be involved and help with those activities and make sure that everybody enjoys them.
Rose is being very modest. She says she helps with those dinners, but Rose is all those dinners. She makes, every time there is food at the church, Rose makes it happen.
How long have you been a member of this church, and did you go to the church when you were a kid?
I probably didn't start church till I was probably 9 or 10 years old, and I've been a member since I've been, let's see, it's probably 67 years because I joined the church when I was probably 13, and so I've been there quite a while, and this is the only church I've ever attended. I mean, regularly.
Question 3.
Who do you live with?
Who I live with? I live with my husband Bob. I have 3-year-old children, and they have families, and I have 7 grandchildren.
Does she seem like a grandma to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you do for a living?
I'm retired right now. I work in the utility office in the village of Riverton. You know, when you live here in Riverton, you get a utility bill. Well, I used to work there. And I retired about 12 years from there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any pets?
I don't have any pets right now, but the neighbors have kitty cats, and the other neighbors have dogs when they come down. Thank you.
What are your interests and hobbies?
What are my interests and hobbies? Well, mostly, my hobby, probably the best thing I have is I go to the Y about 5 times a week and do water roads. And I enjoy that very much. And the other hobby is probably chasing after my grandkids, watching them play sports.
All right.
What other helpful things do you do outside of church?
Probably, there's several ladies that are older than I am at the line, kind of watch over them and make sure when they come that they get there okay. And they don't fall for kind of watching people.
Have you ever been a Sunday school teacher, and did you go to Sunday school when you were a kid?
Yes, I attended Sunday school, and yes, I was a Sunday school teacher for several years.
How did you know you wanted to be a part of this church?
Well, I think I've grown up in it, and there was a lady from Nellie Fields, and she played the organ, which Carly's mom does now, and she's one that really got me involved. I mean, we get things organized.
Nellie was a really cool lady. When she was a lot older, she would wear like a sparkly sequined hat when she came to church. Yeah.
Why do you think it's important to do things for your church?
Well, I think everybody should be involved, that your participation with each other and working with each other helps you grow in your faith and when you work with other people, you get to learn a little bit better too.
Does anybody have any additional questions for Rose?
When you make the dinners, how long would you say that takes? Just make the stuff just for the dinner, for the preparation.
For the preparation, usually when we have our chili supper that you've been involved with, we usually start 2 or 3, at least 2 months before getting the preparation. I know that when we have our chili supper, I try to watch for sales on meat and things like that so that we can buy the cheapest and the good. No, we want good meat or good anything that we put in. And then we just start watching, and then but it takes about 2 months before to get the dinner organized. Because you have to have your publicity
And she does a lot of running around picking up supplies, and she is on the go. She's a busy lady.
yes.
Have you ever done children's moment?
No, I've never done a children's moment. I don't like to get food. I don't like to get them up.
See, we're learning that lots of people have different skills. And people like my dad and me, we like to get up in front of people. We like to do a song and dance, right? But some people, not so much. So they have other ways that they help out. Yes, David?
Have you ever been a liturgist?
That'd be another one. The people who like to get up in front, do that one. Yes, Cheyenne?
How long have you lived here?
How long have I lived in Riverton? I live out east of Riverton right off of a farm. And I've lived in Riverton all my life, except about 6 months when I first got married. We lived in town, and then we moved back to Riverton. I didn't like Springfield.
I have a question about your name. When I was little, I used to just think it was one name. It was just Rose Alice. And if I tried to spell it, it would just been, the Alice part would have been lowercase letters because it was always Rose Alice. But then later on, some people do call you Rose. And then some people call you Rose Alice. Alice is your middle name, yes? And when you were growing up, were you always Rose Alice?
Well, most of the time, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell this funny story. When I was born, my mother thought about naming me Gertrude, and because that was my grandmother's name. And before I was born, and she got mad at her, so she decided to name me Rose, which my great grandmother, which I am so thankful.
I'm so thankful too.
I keep telling the kids or grandkids, can you imagine calling me Gertie?
All right, so any other questions before I start asking you? So who is this?
Rose Alice.
And her last name, though, is Hughes. Okay, so she's Rose Alice Hughes or Rose Hughes. And what will you remember about her? Yes, David?
She has 17 grandchildren.
7. How many years did she say she'd been going to this church?
67.
67. Because it was from when she was a kid, you know?
10.
Yes,
She lived in Riverton almost all her life.
almost all of her life. And her name could have been, I bet not many people in the church know that, so now you have an upper hand on that. Well, we'd like to thank both of our special guests today.